Welcome to Fire Takes Podcast, the podcast where we give our hot takes on the internet's most interesting stories. I am joined here by the fiery millennial, Gwen. How are you doing, Gwen?
Oh, I am doing wonderful. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great. It feels like it's been a minute since we've been on the mic and comfy and at our desk in our normal habitat. So we are changing things up a little bit today. We're going to get right into our stories. Some of our more fun updates. We're going to talk about Taylor and stuff, but we're going to put that at the end. But we're going to get right into the story here with a post from our Am I the Asshole? And it's, am I the asshole for having my husband add me to his Costco account and take his ex-wife off? My husband and I have been married almost a year, together a little over 2 years. His ex-wife, who we are friends with, they have adult kids together, had remained on his Costco account, which is fine. Until recently, I was still on my ex's Costco account too, but I was taken off without being informed. He had a whole cart full, and they wouldn't let me check out to being removed off the account, so I had to just leave it all there. So yesterday, we had some time, and I wanted to go to Costco to finally get on my husband's account, because it's annoying never being able to go on my own. My husband called his ex to let her know that the only way to add me would be to remove her. She didn't answer the phone, so he called her boyfriend, who we're also friends with, and he said, "Go for it, no big deal. We hardly ever shop there." So I got added on. On the way home, his ex-wife returned his call and got incredibly upset, saying she shops at Costco all the time, and this is super messed up of him. And he shouldn't have just went and added me just because I wanted him to.
Huh.
She was also saying that by shopping there, they contributed to the rebate check my husband gets. Last year, it was like $100, and we bought new flooring plus our regular purchases. The way I see it is she's been using a free Costco membership for like a decade plus. We didn't just kick her off without telling her, so she'd be stuck at a checkout with a cart full of the stuff the way I was. She says we didn't handle the situation well and should have informed her a month in advance. My husband then offered to pay for a year's membership for her. She agreed, but was still mad. So were we wrong? Oh my God.
Wow.
This is a dynamic.
This is a very dynamic situation. And all I can say is, no! No! You're not wrong.
No, definitely not wrong.
You're not the a-hole either.
No, it's... yeah, it's weird. So, like, great. Adult kids together. They seem...
Friendly.
I don't know. Yeah, they are friends with. But, like, so, I was in that kind of a weird relationship where I was dating someone who was really close to her ex-husband and his new wife. And, like...
Oh, you mean the ones that wanted to meet me to vet, make sure that I was a good fit for you after we started dating?
But like we were friends. Like we hung out with them on the weekends. Like they were almost our default friends at one point, to be honest. But if there was a something like this with the Costco, I don't know. It's weird. It's because the friendship is different, right? Because you still have logistical intertwining, right?
Do you know what happened with our Costco accounts?
I know I joined on yours. I remember Costco was really confused about my account and continues, maybe even to this day, to send me mailers with my ex-wife's name on it.
Yeah. Costco is just bound and determined to think that his ex-wife lives here with us at an address that she's never, ever lived in, ever. An address after he moved out of the address that they shared.
No, 2 addresses. So,
addresses.
She never lived at the apartment.
Nope.
They sent her mail to the apartment. She never lived here, and they sent her mail here.
That's how strong the patriarchy is. They're like, clearly she can't be on a separate account because they were once on an
Right.
account together and she must always be on his. But we texted her, we're like, hey, we're getting your stuff. And she was like, cool, I'll take care of it and make sure that they know my address. And we're like, cool, great, thanks.
Do you think she had to write him a letter and let him know that she had another man that had gotten a Costco account for her? Like,
can you transfer me from one man's ownership to the other?
It's like,
I need to subscribe to a new membership, man membership.
It's like banks started letting women get bank accounts, but then like Costco's like, not so fast. Let's give that a few more decades.
Hold up, we're not there yet. Yeah. So they are not the a-hole, and
it's.
I think that they could they have given her a little bit more heads up? Sure, I guess. But the boyfriend is like, no big deal. We hardly ever shop there. She's like, we go there all the time.
Yeah. There's a little disconnect there.
So
I think that they should audit kind of their life and locate any other logistical linkings to their exes, and maybe just go ahead and clean that up. Yeah. I mean, they've been married for a year. That they should be disconnected from exes in logistic, financial, any sort of joint like membership stuff, right?
Yep.
Like that. It is when you separate from someone that you've been with a long time and you're logistically intertwined with them. It is kind of convenient to let status quo go on silly stuff like Costco, right? Like, and not run out and quickly start spending, additional money on memberships like that. But there comes an expiration on that convenience.
How dare you put your current wife ahead of your previous wife,
right.
The mother of your children? Like,
yeah. There was a moment here where the ex-wife says that he shouldn't have just went and added me just because I wanted him to. Bitch, that's his wife.
Yeah. That's my wife.
That's my wife. Yeah. No. If his wife wants him to add her to his Costco account, she's pretty fully in her rights.
Well within her rights, yeah.
She has maintained her lane this whole transaction. But yeah, no.
I think it is super nice that the husband offered to pay for a year's membership. Like, that's nice. Like, that's going above and beyond.
That's above and beyond. That's like the fact that OP, the poster, right, who is the new wife, is not. I'd be a little peeved about that, wouldn't you?
I mean,
like, to I don't know. Maybe if they're really good friends and she values the relationship as well. I doubt she values the relationship as much as he does.
Probably not.
But like,
she's like, OP says, I don't think that we should be obligated to buy our membership, but $65 is whatever, I guess, if it means we kept the peace. I mean, up until now, we haven't had any issues with animosity, so.
Yeah. But they're sharing adult kids. They're not sharing young kids where like you have to, like, they don't really have to deal with these people if they don't want to, other than like graduations, right? Like there's not a whole lot of interaction you have to do with your ex when you have adult kids, it seems like.
Yeah, then maybe like figuring out Christmas and stuff. Days.
As the new wife, I would just maybe establish a boundary here, because there is some tendency to placate that. I don't know. It would concern me a little bit, right?
Yeah. Someone says she felt sidelined by you. She feels she should come first because she got his kids. Mm-hmm. So she's fine until she's second thought, and then maybe she's not so fine. Oh. I would just in clothing on this story, I would just say sometimes it's worth it to do some ridiculous things, like pay for your ex's Costco membership for a year to placate them in order to keep the relationship going. But know where the boundaries lie. And put those boundaries in place and enforce them.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Right. It's $60 to keep the peace, but also like have a real heart to heart And like I said, audit your relationship and make sure this isn't something that's going to come up again for your cell phone or what other connections you might have.
Yep.
Logistically. This next story comes from the subreddit R Marriage. It's how and when do I tell my wife about our dire financial situation? We currently have over $17,000 in credit card debt, as well as a bank loan we're paying off. We owe $900 a month more than we make. And as a result, I work 6 days a week, including overtime. We pay our monthly balances on the cards, but I have to use them again right away to pay bills. I really need to talk to my wife about it. Frankly, it's mostly her fault that we're in this mess. She got a credit card last year in order to save some money for a flight we took for vacation, and assures me she had a plan to control her spending. She did not. She put $9,000 on it in a year. She also got an Old Navy and Torrid credit card and owes hundreds on each. I told her that I don't mind her using credit cards for discounts and to accrue points, but she has to make sure that she pays them back immediately so that she's not using her personal monthly budget on top of the credit card purchases. Needless to say, she didn't do that. I really don't want to believe that she knows exactly what she's doing, but based on our conversations, she also comes across as not having a basic understanding of how debt and credit cards work. Her parents didn't teach her financial literacy well. Last year, we received $4,500 from a lawsuit we won against a driver who hit our vehicle and injured her, and we agreed to use it to pay off our cards with lower balances. We did, and now there's balances on those cards all over again. I've tried talking to her about it in the past, but she just cannot seem to emotionally handle the conversation. She closes up. She will either not offer suggestions and say, do whatever you want, or she will try to immediately overcorrect the situation by taking her phone out and start canceling family subscriptions and listing stuff for sale mid-conversation without even giving thought to it. If I try to explain to her in detail all of this, she shuts down and has trouble processing it. If I have to micromanage her spending for her to make sure she doesn't overspend, that's basically treating her like a child and very condescending towards her. I'm afraid because if my overtime were to be taken away, we would no longer be able to afford our bills every month. We are currently renting a 2-bedroom house at a good price, $1,600 a month in California, and there's no chance we'll find a more affordable place. We would have nowhere else to go. We have a daughter and 2 cats. So how should I approach this? I kind of really want her to understand that it's her fault, but without gaslighting or guilt-tripping her. Please help. Can you help her, Gwen? Or help him?
Well, first of all, I don't know if he understands how credit cards work.
Yeah.
We pay our monthly balances on the cards, but have to use them again right away to pay bills. $150 credit card payment, $89 bill, $150 payment next month again after interest. They shouldn't be paying interest.
Yeah.
They should be paying it all off. And so the fact that he says we pay our monthly balances, are you paying the minimum there, buddy? Like,
well, it also sounds like she's opening, like she opens an Old Navy and opens a toy.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're paying interest somewhere. Yeah, probably, right?
They need to chop those cards in half.
Yeah,
ASAP. She needs to get on a debit card or something.
Right.
And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if they were to sit down and say, this is exactly how much money per hour I bring in. This is how much money you bring in. This is how much we're spending. If we break it down, you can see that we are spending more than we make.
Yeah.
And now we have to pay all this interest and stuff. And we are right back where we started last year because the behaviors haven't changed.
Yep. Yeah, no. We talk about Dave Ramsey occasionally and how he oversimplifies once you get past some early stages. But for early stages, he's not completely off the reservation here, right?
His baby steps are great.
Yeah. They are baby step one. They need to cut up all their credit cards, get their, little $1,000 so that they can stop putting every little emergency on credit, and then just start attacking the lowest balance. They just need to attack this. And she cannot handle credit cards right now at this stage in her life. Like, he says her parents didn't teach her financial literacy well. And she's learned that lesson at the expense right now of the family's financial stability. So, she's about to be taught financial literacy, also, one way or the other.
Why should she worry about things when her husband worries about things?
Yeah. So, it's interesting, right? The question, right? He comes to the Our Marriage forum. And he says, how and when do I tell my wife about our dire financial situation? And then it's full of, I've been telling her. Like, it's his question really is, how do I get my wife to care about our dire financial situation, right?
And per our conversation earlier, it's really hard to get somebody to care if they don't have that intrinsic motivation.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, but the wife can't have credit cards, and this guy seems, he's thinking about this in a way. He's like, I don't want to gaslight her. I don't want to guilt trip her. But so how do you get her to understand that it's her fault? It is because of the things that she's done, without making her feel guilty, without breaking down the communication of the marriage. And that's tough.
Super tough.
And I think part of it, do you think that this has been made worse by time, right? Problems don't get better with time. And the fact that he went from 1 credit card to 2 to 3 to 4, as opposed to after that first credit card, whenever it didn't work out for them, having this conversation, this conversation would have been so much better at that point of hey, you don't quite seem to understand how this is working. Let me mansplain it to you a little bit. but if you just help her get on the same page at that point. But now it sounds like they're probably, instead of $9,000 in debt, they're probably closer to $30,000 in debt, which...
Well, he says 17.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Plus a bank loan, whatever that is.
Yeah. But it's... Yeah. But $17,000 in credit card debt is rough whenever you're paying 30% interest on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough.
And he's already making overtime, so it's not like he can just work more,
Right. But the spending, and like he says, it's she's using her credit cards she's spending her budget and then saying, oh, credit cards are free money on top of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's did you see the video of the girl who didn't realize that Apple Pay was just linked to her credit card?
Oh, I thought I got Apple points, and here I am spending money on shampoo and stuff.
She thought I got, Apple points because she was looking at reels on her phone, and she's like that. She thought that's how she was earning all this money she was spending on Apple Pay. Ooh.
Yeah. So, they could go see a financial therapist. It might be a little extra money than they have, but
I think this is a financial coach, right? Even right, it doesn't have to be because it sounds like that she may just not understand the financial instruments she's exercising, right? So I think a financial coach would be more affordable and maybe a good first go at this.
Yeah. It's tricky, but if he can find somebody who can be the bad guy and tell her that their spending is not sustainable.
That's interesting. Yeah. So how does he not guilt trip her? Find someone else to guilt trip her. Tell her that it's her fault. That's that might be a good way to do it, right? Is to have that that third party come in and help steer the conversation, because it is often good to have a third party that you can even go like an us versus them, like, right, that unite the couple.
I can't believe that asshole.
Right, I can't believe that coach doesn't want us to spend $5,000 extra a month. Maybe we just spend $500. Yeah, just really stick it to him.
Yep. Soon, and preferably through a third party that can help him out.
Yep. No, like he seems like he's trying to be sensitive to maintaining the relationship, but yeah, it's tough. All right. On that note, I have this short one here that I didn't know if it would get some good conversation out of it, but I thought it might. It's from Our Middle Class Finance, and it says, people who have a partner with a similar financial mindset are so lucky. When it comes to building wealth, choosing a frugal partner may be the single most important factor, often outweighing household income since many high earners save very little. Finding someone who earns well and lives frugally is like winning the lottery. I wish I had understood this in my 20s. My partner earns a high income, but lives with a spend-it-now mentality. And it's been incredibly difficult to build wealth, and I'm the only one investing. So we've talked a little bit about this, right? That picking your partner is possibly one of the most important financial decisions you make in your life. Mm-hmm. And our last story kind of points out whenever you have that disconnect, you have the one person that's stressing over, oh my God, I can't believe we have this debt, and this other person who's not giving it a second thought. And she was like, that's just how a person lives. But I can't overemphasize the importance of just being on the same page with your partner.
Yep. It is literally invaluable and will save you so much stress and hassle about everything in life, not just about finances. Right. But finances are a place where a lot of other things, mismatches or not aligned philosophies, make themselves apparent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Canary in the coal mine kind of thing.
We haven't done my whole story yet, but I was divorced for probably 3 years before I realized, like, almost every problem in my former relationship was a money problem. Actually, it was like a financial. It was not being on the same page, not communicating well about our finances, and the resentments all kind of grew up under that. But at the time of my divorce, I would not have pointed to money as being the problem. But like with analysis, it's 100% money, and it's having a partner now that is on the same page about financial issues and financial goals is it's 100% a cheat code. It makes everything much easier.
Who's that?
Who dat?
Your phone, who dis?
Yeah, all right. I mean, I am talking about my wife, who just got back from a very luxurious London trip.
So posh.
So very posh.
Although I will say that I do appreciate the fact that you do make breakfast for us and other meals, even if it's not like private chef,
not private
3-course meals every night for dinner, kind of thing.
Wow.
I know.
I know. Not posh enough. That's okay.
But listen, we do all right for us.
We do all right.
This is a very sustainable way to go of life.
Yeah.
And also, we're not going to talk about the sustainability of taking trips like that, because I think that was kind of probably one and done deal. One and done. Yeah.
You didn't sign up for your next one in 3 months.
No. No, that took every single penny I had, and maybe a few extra pennies that I might not have had at the time, but had when it came time for everything. So it was fine. Everything was fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
It was totally worth it. It was amazing. But yes, being aligned with your partner, so much easier.
Yep. And I mean, So you kind of joke about like not having the money, but it's that staying in alignment and having sound financial principles at your base is what made, when the opportunity to do this thing that excited you and lit you up, you were able to say yes and not worry about, because you knew that the money part would work itself out, right?
Yes. Like it would have been handled differently had I been single.
Mm-hmm.
Because while I was saving for this and paying for this, if I were single, I wouldn't have probably kept contributing to saving goals and everything.
So because, I mean, you didn't have a long runway before this trip, right?
Correct.
So what you're saying is you would have just been all hands on deck. Every penny goes towards this trip until the trip is over, or the trip is paid for, and I'm back on. Just because so much of your money is tomorrow money, and the way you save is saving for tomorrow, so you would have had to significantly change the way you were living or handling your finances. Leading up to this trip.
I am in a situation that I am where I don't have a lot of cash on hand, a lot of nickels to rub together.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of shekels, because I do and have put away so much for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 401k that's like $500,000 now, and that's amazing to have at 34, nearly 35. But I have like maybe $5,000 to spend.
Right.
And that's with all of my obligations. I can't go hog wild in credit cards.
Sure.
So, so it would have been different. But I did know at the end of the day that, like, no matter what, I would have been okay with this trip because you were here.
Right. That's maybe the shift in mindset. That's maybe even still developing in you, is that at the end of the day, we would have been okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to worry about it, right? You had this opportunity. You had a friend doing it as well. It kind of everything aligned, and it was in the wheelhouse of your hobby. So it was an opportunity to grab onto. And and at the end of the day, we're going to be more than fine. So you need to go, you needed to go grab it, and you did, and I think that's great. And
you also never want me to do that ever again.
Well,
because you don't want me to do that again, because it really was miserable for both of us being separated for 10 days.
10 days was a while. But I mean, honestly, it was, I don't want to say this because it sounds rough, but like, I think it was harder on you because you weren't home, right? Like, I think I had more options of ways to spend my time, and, like I had a day where I just fixed a bunch of stuff around the house, right? Like there are things you can do whenever you're traveling without your spouse. It feels like it's even harder, right? So like, and not to downplay how much I missed you terribly, but like I think it was harder on the, like, being out of town and being on your own in that way.
You do, huh?
Oh, maybe you were just fine. Maybe I interpreted you different. Maybe you're.
I did miss you. I did miss the cat. I missed being together and doing our normal day-to-day lives.
She's literally looking up flights to Europe on her computer.
I am not. Stop it. But I will say that I think that I slightly had an easier time because I was overseas doing all these events and activities and hanging out with new people and seeing new things that, you can stay busy during the day.
Yeah.
I would say it's harder on me because I am jet lagged.
Yep. Well, heard it. So anyway, like that kind of turned into a financial discussion between the two of us that we could just share now, and hopefully that was fun to catch. That wasn't exactly planned, but I did say that I wanted to read this short story to see if a conversation came out of it, and it sure did. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I also wanted to remind you guys, we did move some Taylor Swift banter. We're going to move it after the outro. So stick around if you are interested in all that kind of stuff. And maybe some more changes to the pod coming up. And we'll talk about that in a future episode. But we had a lot of fun talking. And we will see you on the next episode.
Enjoy our conversation about Taylor Swift.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fire Takes podcast. Wanted to remind you that this is an entertainment podcast. Glenn and I, not financial planners, just opinionated. There are many ways to reach us if you just go to firetakespod.com, including email, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. You can hear more from Gwen at fierymillennials.com. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
We've been out and about. We took a couple weeks off, and yeah. So
I went to England.
yeah, you've been away.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
In jolly old
England.
You know. Let's
Cheerio.
see. What else is going on? Anything exciting? We're recording on October 4th. Anything exciting on October 3rd?
Well, on October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. It's October 3rd.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Right, so it is.
It was also Full Metal Alchemist Day.
Oh, yeah?
Happy Full Metal Alchemist Day, those to celebrate.
I'm not familiar with that one.
And, it was also the release date of The Life of Showgirl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did. That one day every year, 18 months or so, where we listen to an entire album twice.
On repeat.
Or 3 times.
Or maybe more like 5 times for me.
So how are you finding it?
I love the album.
Okay, let me preempt you. Normally, even though we will drop the occasional cuss word, I do not mark our podcast as explicit. So let's maybe go ahead and keep it that way. But continue.
Okay. All right. I'm just mentally filtering what I'm going to say now.
But song 1 through 8 and 10 through 12, wide open.
So great. So in the New Heights podcast recording with Taylor, Travis said that it was full of straight up bangers. And that is a direct quote. And I was expecting like 1989, just straight up pop anthems, right? And this album is a lot deeper than that. It's a lot more thoughtful. It's not just full of straight up bangers, although the bangers that are on the album are straight up bangers. They're great. So I loved it, but the first time I listened through it, I was like, wait a minute, where's all of them?
What caught me more off guard than that was the Max Martin production. So Max Martin, those of you who aren't music nerds, is the guy who he did like Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and he was the producer on the Red album, which was like that transition from country to pop. You know, it's not quite 1989, but it's still, it's that transition. So I was expecting more poppy songs as well. But yeah, no, it's a fun album. It's certainly not as like deep and introspective as like Dead Poets Society. That's a movie. Help me out. I'm in a brain funnel here. No, you can't remember.
No.
No, all you can think about is Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, you ruined it. Tortured Poets Society.
Tortured Poets Society. Yeah, not quite dead.
Not quite. They wish they were.
They wish they were dead.
Put me out of my misery.
That's funny. But yeah, so no, it's been fun. We've only had it for a day. So we'll keep listening. I still think we're going to get some Ludo in this October. I don't know that it has to be on complete repeat for the entire month.
Yeah, well, I mean, our deal was that we could listen to Ludo all through September, and October hits, and boom.
Yeah, but you were gone for a lot of September.
I was.
And we were gone for a lot of and listening to Ludo in September is not the same. So
I mean, agreed. But on the other hand,
we'll give Taylor a week or two.
I mean, it's 12 songs. Like, it's not probably something that I can really sustain a lot. Like, I'm an OG Swiftie, but like, I'm not sure that I can do 12 songs on repeat for a whole month, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially with a Ludo concert at the end of the month to prepare for, and spooky season starting, and the leaves are changing, and hopefully the weather is going to get colder here soon. It's freaking like 90 degrees outside.
Yep.
It's the worst. Especially when I'm coming back from England when it was a beautiful like 60 degrees the whole time.
Yeah.